Hi, I'm Guy, and this is my design for headlights and turn signals for the Duratrax DX450 motorcycle. The parts I'll be using are a 12-volt battery that is an N style, as in Nancy. The battery holder is an N battery holder. Radio Shack part number 270-405A. The switch that I'm using is also a Radio Shack part number 275-0409, SPDT sub-mini slide switch. That has 3 contacts on the back of it. You're going to need to cut one of them off. You're not going to be using it. So when the switch is in the middle, it will be off. When it's to the end with the connector, it'll be turned on. The headlights are 5mm high brightness white LEDs from Radio Shack, part number 276-0017. That is 7000 MCD, 30-degree angle, 25 milliamps, 3.3 volts. The turn signal lights are 5mm blinking red LED lamps, Radio Shack part number 276-0312, and those are 880 MCD, 20-degree angle, and 3 volts. The 2 resistors I'm using, the one for the headlights is 220 ohms. The one for the blinking turn signals are 270 ohms. Now what I've done is run the negative side of the battery over to the outside pin. Then I've gone from the inside pin over to the 2 negative ends of 2 JST plugs. Of course all these wires will be cut down, but for now I haven't done that yet. So then the positive end comes over and goes to the 2 positive ends of the same 2 JST plugs. For the wiring of the lights themselves, the positive lead comes in and goes to the positive end of the resistor. The negative end of the resistor goes to the positive end of the first headlight. The negative end of the first headlight goes to the positive end of the second headlight. And the negative end goes to the negative wire on the JST plug. And that gives the complete circuit for the headlights. And they work very well. The turn signal has the positive lead come up and go to the positive end of the resistor. The negative end of the resistor goes to the positive end of both of the turn signal lights. Now the only thing I haven't put together yet is a switch. It's a pretty limited area to work in, so I'm still working on how to have a switch work off of the bottom post of the servo arm. The top one is working the steering, and I figure I can use the bottom one to activate the switch when I turn. So with this turned on, basically figure this is the switch going to the negative end of each of the lights. I can touch to one light and it will start flashing, and switch it over to the other light and it will start flashing. So as the servo turns back and forth, it will have to be reversed from, as far as the right turn signal blinking, you have to make sure you have the right ones connected to the servo for the direction it's going. The lights themselves, or for the turn signals, are going to go inside of plastic tubing because they're at the back where it's going to take the most abuse. So they're actually going to be fed wire first into the tubing, and then the LED in the tubing I happen to have, I don't know what size this is, it was just laying around, but the LED in this particular tubing is a very snug fit, so I will push it all the way into the end of the tubing. And a little extra feature for it is it actually lights the tube itself up a little bit. Let me turn the light down here and see if you can get a little better view. So anyway, being inside of the tube, it should be pretty well protected from getting beat up while you're running out in the dirt and all. The tubes themselves, with the light installed inside, are going to mount on the sides of the motorcycle, right where the back fender starts to come out, so they will actually curl slightly out to the sides. Now that allows the light to come out just to the side, clear of the wheel and the shocks and all moving parts. A wire tie is going to be used near one end of it here. That will hold it to the bike very well. And of course the rest of the wires will all be routed through the bike and wire tied in place. I'm using chrome headlight covers. Those are also Radio Shack, part number 276-080. You get a pack of 2 with those. And I've got a pair of them here and the white switch mounted. That's my sample sheet as far as where they're going to mount on the bike. There is a curve to the front of this. I've already had one end break on it, and this one's going too. But with that slight curve, it spreads the view out very nicely, a very good even view all the way across. I was able to take just these 2 headlights in my living room and stand at one end of the room, pointed at the large window with the curtain closed, and pretty much light the entire curtain. For anything 5-6 feet in front of you when you're running, this will definitely light it up with these 2 lights. I did also have to buy some small screws and nuts to hold the switch onto the front of this once I get it all mounted in place. So that's my design, and hopefully I'll have it put together this weekend and I can have it mounted on the bike and put another video in showing it in use. Hopefully running, but it's supposed to rain all weekend, so I might just be able to show you turn signals turning on and off and headlights turning on and off. Well, I hope you enjoy this. I hope someone out there can use this information. I am still working on a switch for this, like I said, so if anyone has any suggestions, put a comment down and I'll be happy to look into any ideas people might have. Thanks a lot. Enjoy. Bye.